It was a year ago to the day that Black Ops 4 has been released to the world. Now, 1 year later, let's look at the year we've had and let's look at the game we have right now. Now tell me, was it just me or was this game an emotional roller coaster for anyone else as well? Because I remember a year ago, when this game came out, I was excited like I haven't been in a long time. A new Call of Duty, a new Black Ops, made by Treyarch of course. Like, those are basically the 2 or 3 main points that usually get me excited about a Call of Duty game. And I had 2 weeks off work, basically just to play this game, and I was excited. And I was enjoying this game. I was having fun, seriously. I remember putting in crazy playtimes on this game. And we all who play Call of Duty games know that, of course, with every game there is sort of this honeymoon phase right after the game comes out, or a few months after the game comes out. And after some time, the game just kind of starts to get boring. Like, that's with every game, or every Call of Duty game at least. But with this game, and opinions may vary on this one, of course, it's just my personal opinion, but with Black Ops 4, this honeymoon phase just died really quickly for me. And I started to get bored / started to dislike this game pretty quickly. Like, scaringly quickly. And from getting bored and annoyed with the game, I went to not caring about this game at all. Like, for a good while, and that's crazy for me because Call of Duty is usually, for me personally, the game that I play all year. And with this game, that wasn't the case at all. I did not care about this game for a good while, like definitely for a few months. And that's insane for me to think, so I want to use this video to look at the stuff that kind of led me to that, look at the stuff that went wrong, also talk about the stuff that went right, and just look at the kind of year we had with Black Ops 4. So the first thing that comes to my mind when it comes to reasons why this game to me got boring so quickly was a problem that I think World War II had as well, and that's launch content, especially when it comes to maps, because there weren't enough maps, or let me clarify, enough new maps if you ask me. I think we had about 12 launch maps. Let me check that again. Yeah, so I got that a little wrong. There were 15 launch maps if you include Nuketown, out of which, excluding Nuketown, 4 maps were remakes, leaving us with 10 new maps at launch, which wasn't great. Like, comparing that to the amount of new maps we had in older Call of Duties, that is nowhere near those numbers. And having not enough launch maps, especially if the best of those maps are the remade maps, that's the first thing that's gonna drive players away from the game. Speaking of launch content, I think the guns were fine. In fact, I actually like the guns. They felt pretty good, they played pretty well, and they were balanced pretty decently as well. As far as I can remember, in the beginning stages of the game, that's the first few weeks or months, the SMGs were kind of outclassed by the ARs as far as I remember, but besides that, I think there were no huge issues with the guns, honestly. Also, the guns that were added post-launch, they were pretty good and pretty cool as well. I mean, the guns themselves on paper, they were cool, they were good, they were fine. Oh boy, it's just how those guns were added. That is where the real problem is, and I'll get to that. That's a dangerous topic. I enjoyed score streaks, and I like Create a Class. With Create a Class, we had Pick 10 back again, and to this day, Pick 10 is my favorite Create a Class system, or system within Create a Class. It has been since Black Ops 2 when they introduced it. They can't really go wrong with it considering how it is set up. Specialists, though, I enjoyed them in Black Ops 3 because they were kind of new, kind of, I don't want to say revolutionary, but they made the game fresh. Just here with Black Ops 4, it was too much. It was too much just having the specialist weapon and this specialist equipment. Again, they officially in game it might be called slightly different, but having a gun plus equipment for every player, that was just too much. It was just too much chaos, and it was too much getting free kills basically, and that just once again drove a lot of people, including me, away from the game. Because by letting people earn their specialist weapon, ability, equipment, whatever, just through time, you're killing a big part of the skill gap. And it's not fun for anyone who's doing good to just be blooped instantly by someone running around with a flamethrower they basically got for free without really earning that. Quickly, because I haven't mentioned that before, I'm talking strictly MP now. Simply because I haven't played Zombies or Blackout a lot. I mean, I did put a little bit of time into those, but it just wouldn't be fair for me to potentially talk bad or criticize game modes I haven't really played that much. I just wanted to throw that in here really quickly. The main thing that quite frankly ruined the game for me and a lot of other players is the post-launch content system as well as the microtransaction system. Microtransactions also being called MTX. I remember how before launch they were promoting the fact that, hey, this is Black Ops 4 and this is gonna be a game not just for 1 year. No, they're building this game up to be a game that we're gonna be playing for a few years to come and all that. And well, looking back after this 1 year we've had, I'm afraid with the system that is in place within the game right now, this game is not gonna last for several more years. I doubt it. I very much doubt it. And that comes from a guy who likes Treyarch. I like Treyarch's work, and I want to support this game, and I want to like this game. It's just hard for me to do that. I like the approach of having season-based operations to keep things fresh. I like the fact that they gave us free maps, with the free maps being different versions of existing maps with different weather effects. I mean, they're not completely new, but whenever additional content is free, that is just good for us, the players. And the unfortunate truth is that too much of the post-launch content that we got was not free, unfortunately. At this point, I don't even know anymore how much stuff there even is in the entire supply drop or supply crate, whatever they're called. Let's call it supply crate pool. And to be honest, I don't even want to know. With the rate at which tiers are being unlocked within the supply stream, which is terribly slow, and with crates only giving you one item per crate, there is no way I'm gonna unlock any of the good stuff that I want to get unlocked. So that leaves me with pretty much zero to very few incentives to actually play and grind this game. All the time I can only go back to how, for example, World War II did it, or Infinite Warfare did it, or actually Modern Warfare Remastered did it. All these Call of Duty games have great systems in place. There are microtransactions, but I see that there is a direct way to unlock the things that I want to unlock through in-game time or in-game progression. So I see that, hey, if I put the time and the work in, I can unlock this cool gun that I want to have, and I don't have to rely on supply drops or supply crates, which are completely random. So there is a good chance that I will probably never get this cool item that I want to have. But since I don't want this video to turn into a complete rant video, I will slowly start wrapping things up here. So for the end part of this video, I just want to hit home the fact that it is most likely not the core game that is Black Ops 4 that drove me away like halfway through the game's cycle. It is most likely these certain systems that are in place that at some point just kind of ruined the fun for me. And that doesn't specifically apply to Black Ops 4. I feel like that is a fact that the Call of Duty developers and of course Activision have to keep in mind with all of their games and all of their future games. Because after all, it is the fun aspect that keeps players coming back to these Call of Duty games. And I think the developers and the publishers should not forget about that. With that, I am finally wrapping up this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, then please show me by hitting that thumbs up button, and if you want to watch more content like this, then please do consider subscribing. With that said, I will see you guys later. Thanks.